Hello there, this is Chaz, and I'm giving you a quick Minecraft tutorial for version 1.2.5. So we'll start with single player. As you can see, I've already got quite a few worlds here, but for this one we're going to create a new world. And you can just type in any name you want. I'm typing in tutorial here because, well, it's a tutorial. Now there's various game modes. This one is survival, which has you basically going around the world looking for resources, building stuff, trying to survive through the night. You also get hardcore mode, which is like survival mode, but you're locked on hard mode and you only get one life. And of course, we have creative mode, which is basically Legos. So we'll stick with survival, and there's more world options here. You can do a seed, which, if you want to do one world all the time, you can just type in that seed for that world, and it'll be the same one every time. But for now, we're just going to leave it up to the random generator. And you get different world types. There will be more in future versions, but we're going to stick with default. And we'll keep structures on. And that's about that. So, let's get ready. So here we are in our new randomly generated world. Basic controls are WASD for movement, and mouse for looking around, same as any first-person shooter of the day. So, and we just walk along over here. We come to our first tree, and you left-click to break blocks. So you just hold down the left mouse button, and you'll just eventually break it. So, after you've got a few logs, you'll press E to open your inventory menu, and left-clicking will move about something one at a time. Or yeah, it will move the entire stack. Right-clicking will take half the stack, and right-clicking with something on the mouse cursor at the time will place down one of it. As you can see, I'm also messing around with other inventory stuff. I'll explain those in the description below. So, once you've found somewhere you want to set up your base, just, you can clear out stuff by left-clicking it. Right-click places down whatever block you've got currently equipped. So you can just start making your base like that. But you want to save some plank blocks because if you right-click on each of those squares in your crafting menu, you will make a workbench. And with a workbench, or a crafting table, whatever you want to call it, you will get, you will get a larger crafting area, which allows you to make more objects. So for instance, we can make a couple of sticks, and then by taking those sticks and placing them there, we can now make ourselves a pickaxe. Now, if you're having problem finding stone like I did, just dig into the dirt. If you find a hill, just dig a little ways into it, and you'll eventually hit stone. And then you can get to work with your pickaxe and just dig out as much as you need. The pickaxe is the only way you can get stone blocks. Once you've got enough stone blocks, you can upgrade your technology and get a stone pickaxe, which works a lot faster and lasts a lot longer, and will be able to break more block types, like iron. So as well as stone pickaxes, you can get axes, which cut down trees quicker. You also get hoes, which are used for farming, and shovels, which you can use to dig up dirt, and of course swords, which you can use to hit stuff. Also, using stone, you can make yourself a furnace. And a handy thing with a furnace, if you're having trouble finding coal, is you can use wooden planks as fuel, and then you can burn log blocks in order to make charcoal, which works exactly the same as coal. You can just, you can use it to make torches, and you can use it to fuel more smelting. So you see here, we're going to make 4 torches with 1 stick and 1 piece of charcoal. Or regular coal, it doesn't matter which one you use. and you just right click to place it anywhere in the world. Easy as that. So now that we've got that, we can finish off our base, because it's starting to get dark. And that is a very simple shelter. You'll be able to make more advanced things in the future, but for now, a small shelter like this is as good as any. You can also use plank blocks to make a vertical 2x3 rectangle and make yourself a door to keep all the monsters out, which is a very handy thing. Again, right click places it down in the world. Now that you've got your base and now that it's getting dark, you will want to stay inside because there's all kinds of nasty monsters out there. For instance, you might come up against spiders. You might come up against spiders, which will chase you relentlessly. Creepers will explode when you get too close to them. Zombies, well, we know about zombies. And skeletons will shoot you with arrows and try and murder you. Freaking skeletons. If you can make it to the next day, then you'll find that the light is very, very good at exterminating monsters. As you can see here, this zombie does not like daylight. So, another thing I forgot to mention is that you can use wooden planks to make chests. And if you place one chest, you get a fair bit of storage space. But placing two chests next to each other will get you much more space. Very, very handy stuff. Now, there's a handy little thing. If you double tap the forward button, you'll sprint. But this wears down your hunger meter quite a bit, and if your hunger meter is too low, you won't be able to regenerate health on your own. So you want to eat food in order to regain health. So in order to get food, first you have to kill stuff, of course. So for instance, we've got some pigs here. Let's just slaughter them with our sword and get pork chops. Easy as that. You can also do power attacks just to do more damage. Now you can eat raw pork chops, but it won't really restore as much hunger. So again, you want to use fuel of some sort and just cook your pork chops, and you'll see that they can restore a lot more health. Now, you want to be really, really careful with chicken in particular. You know, you can eat raw chicken, but as you'll see here, my food meter goes all green, and I have these weird green swirly effects around me, and my hunger wears down a lot quicker. One last thing that's really, really handy. If you attack sheep, you'll be able to shear them later once you get the right tools, but for now you can just kill them and get wool blocks from them. When you have 3 wool blocks, you can make yourself a bed using 3 plank blocks and 3 wool blocks. Any color wool will do. And just place that with right click as always. Right click on the bed and you'll sleep in it. And it'll skip to the next day, which is handy in itself. But the other thing that's handy is that if you, normally if you die, like here, when you respawn, you'll respawn where you originally started out in the world. But if you've slept in a bed and you die, like here, you'll just respawn right next to your bed. Easy as that. Hope you liked the tutorial, and thank you. Bye.